If you're coming to my channel from Makeala's channel, welcome and thank you for clicking. Here is the little grocery haul that I did. This onion and this butter is from my pantry. I purchased everything. It was $12.97. I know that you would be able to come in under that because you would probably be able to use a regular cream of mushroom soup, and I'm gonna make my own because I know it will be gluten-free. Got salt and pepper. Also, I have a little heavy whipping cream. Most people have milk in their house, so I'm not gonna count this. This is everything that I'm gonna need. I got red potatoes because we really love them. Got my turkey sausage. Let's get started.
Hello fellow travelers and welcome back to our Big's Adventure. My name is Cynthia and today we're gonna be doing a collaboration with my buddy Makeala. I love Makeala. Her channel is awesome. It's all about cooking on a budget. She does Aldi hauls. I just love her to death, and she is an amazing mom to little babies, and 2 of them have autism, and she's just a bright light. Love her. So if you haven't ever checked out her channel, I'll put a link down below in my description. If you're ready to get started, press the like button and let's get to work. The original recipe calls for hash brown potatoes, like the frozen kind. An amazing thing is these hash brown potatoes. It would be such a shortcut, but my Aldi didn't have any, so I opted for these red potatoes instead. I'm gonna put you on time lapse while I get everything ready for the crock pot.
I was looking on Pinterest for budget crock pot recipes, and I found this easy gluten-free crock pot meal. I was so excited because I knew that I could use my Aldi to get all the ingredients for this recipe. I love super easy crock pot recipes, and this sausage and potato with cheese is absolutely perfect. I knew that this would whip up in a flash, and who can beat an Aldi crock pot meal? The fact that all the ingredients are naturally gluten-free is a bonus.
The recipe calls for the potatoes to go in the crock pot with the sausage and 2 cups of the cheese. If you have ever watched any of my videos, I don't really measure it. So we're just gonna put in some. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna give this a little stir. I'm gonna use my spoon that my buddy Robin Swan sent me. When you know, you know. So let's just stir this up. So regular canned cream of mushroom soup has gluten in it. I'm just gonna whip up my own batch really quickly. It's super easy. If you've never made your own cream of something soup, I'll leave a link down below to a little recipe for that. So that way you have it. There we go, we are stirred. For my cream of mushroom soup, I've got some mushrooms in here and a little bit of onion with some butter. And my onions are kind of translucent. So I'm just gonna add a couple of tablespoons of flour. Give that a little stir around. And we're gonna continue to cook this flour so that we don't get a raw flour taste. Just a couple of tablespoons of gluten-free flour. We're gonna let that cook. I like to add a beef bouillon cube to my cream of mushroom soup. So we'll toss that in there and some water. I'll let that bouillon cube just kind of get up in there. Since I have heavy whipping cream instead of milk, I'm just gonna add a splash of this. Not a lot, just a little, make it nice and creamy. And then you just let it boil until it's nice and thick. We're actually almost there. You can see when that little black mark appears at the bottom of your pan while you're stirring, and there's that little second where, whoop, there it is. You're almost there. Nice and thick, super creamy. There we go, I think we're ready. The other thing on my receipt was this sour cream. I did purchase this also for the recipe. The recipe calls for you put the sour cream, your cream of mushroom soup, and a little bit of milk in this bowl to make sauce. And actually, since I have all these extra mushrooms and onions, I'm just gonna throw these in the crock pot and see what happens. My new lemon pot holders. Put in just a splash of that because it is super thick. The original recipe calls for milk, but I figured why not go heavy whipping cream? Like if you can, I think you should do it. Okay, that looks like it's all nice and combined. Let's go ahead and put it in the crock pot. Wow, that looks amazing. I can't wait to smell this while it's cooking. I love kielbasa, like almost unhealthily. I love it so much. That looks really nice. I'm gonna put the rest in here. I didn't want it to overflow. I'm gonna make sure we get all down in the crannies of the crock pot. You don't want any dry potatoes down in the bottom. So far, this recipe has been super easy, and I can imagine with the hash browns, the frozen hash browns, and the cream of mushroom soup that this would come together like in a flash, easy on the budget, and I bet that if you had kids, they would really love it because the sauce is so creamy and cheesy. So I think we're good as far as getting it all incorporated. The recipe says to top with the remaining cheese and leave on low for 6 hours. That is a lot of cheese. Mr. Biggs is gonna love this. All right. Just gonna clean my edges here a little bit. Put on low and wait 6 hours.
I ended up with half a bag of potatoes to use for another meal. Also, most of this container of sour cream is going to be used in some other recipes this week. The sausage, potato, and cheesy, delicious meal is done. That looks super good. I'm gonna let this sit and cool off for a few minutes, and then we'll give it a taste test. It smells amazing. Here is our finished product, and we're having this for dinner. And I had planned to have it with some frozen green beans, but Mr. Big says we don't need them, so we don't need them. This is for my lunch tomorrow, dinner tonight, and dinner tonight for Mr. Biggs. Give us a taste test and see what you think. It's been a long day.
Super good.
Super good. Out of 10, what's your rating?
This is like a solid 8.
Solid 8. So we can make this again?
Yeah, this is good.
It's
And actually, green beans in it probably wouldn't be bad.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. That
Okay.
would probably add to it, but it's the sausage flavor, even without the sausage, is in it. So it's really good.
Okay. 8 out of 10. I'll take it. We'll make it again. I literally want to take a bath in this sauce. It is so yummy and rich. The heavy cream was definitely a great addition instead of the milk. One of the cool parts of this collab is that Makeala and I challenged each other to buy something from the Aldi Aisle of Shame, and I picked this. Look how cool this wreath is. I love pip wreaths, and this thing is so full and fun, and I love red, white, and blue. My son is in the Army. He's a sergeant at Fort Hood in Texas. It was on markdown for $14.99, and I've been eyeing some other pip wreaths online for quite a while. This is an amazing price for a wreath this big, so I was excited to buy it. This 20-inch wreath was $25 on Amazon, and the other wreath that I had my eye on, this wreath is $53. So $15 for a wreath, great price.
Thank you so much for staying until the end of the video. I had a blast doing this collab with Makeala. If you enjoy recipe tryouts and budget cooking, consider subscribing. I picked this book up recently at a yard sale. It's a vintage 1976 crock pot recipe book for 25 cents. Look at the cute lady that wrote it. I can't wait to try some of these out. So if you're interested in that kind of content, I'd love to have you come along with me. Thank you again, everybody. And remember, life is an adventure, so enjoy your journey.